Most people don't lose their mental strength overnight. It disappears slowly, quietly, through small habits repeated every single day. And the dangerous part is this: many of these habits feel normal. Scrolling endlessly, avoiding discomfort, overthinking constantly, seeking validation from everyone. At first, they seem harmless. But over time, these behaviors slowly weaken your confidence, your discipline, your emotional control, and eventually your entire mindset. Until one day, even small problems begin to feel overwhelming. You feel mentally exhausted, emotionally unstable, constantly distracted, unmotivated, and you don't even know why. But psychology shows something powerful. Your mental strength is shaped by what you repeatedly practice. Every habit either trains your mind to become stronger or weaker. So in this video, you'll discover 7 habits that quietly destroy your mental strength and how to stop them before they control your life. Because once your mind becomes weak, everything in life becomes harder. 1. Constantly escaping discomfort. This is one of the biggest reasons people become mentally weak. The modern world teaches people to avoid discomfort at all costs. Feeling bored? Open social media. Feeling stressed? Distract yourself. Feeling emotional pain? Escape into entertainment. But here's the problem. Every time you run from discomfort, your brain learns that discomfort is dangerous. And slowly, your tolerance for stress becomes weaker. This is why many people today feel overwhelmed by even small challenges. Mentally strong people do something different. They train themselves to sit with discomfort. They understand that growth only happens when the mind faces resistance. Think about it like this: a muscle weakens without resistance. Your mind works the same way. And every time you avoid difficult situations, you quietly weaken your mental resilience. 2. Overthinking everything. Overthinking feels productive. But most of the time, it's just fear disguised as thinking. You replay conversations, analyze every mistake, imagine worst-case scenarios, and eventually your mind becomes exhausted. One of the saddest things about chronic overthinking is that it steals peace from the present moment. You can be sitting in a quiet room, yet mentally fighting battles that don't even exist. Psychologists call this mental rumination, repetitive negative thinking that increases anxiety and emotional stress. And over time, it destroys mental clarity. Mentally strong people don't try to control everything. They focus on what they can act on and let go of what they cannot control. Because sometimes, peace comes from accepting uncertainty, not defeating it. 3. Seeking validation from everyone. This habit silently destroys confidence. Many people shape their lives around approval. They fear criticism, fear rejection, fear disappointing others. So they constantly adjust themselves to be accepted. But when your identity depends on other people's opinions, your emotional stability disappears. Because approval is unpredictable. One day people praise you, the next day they judge you. And if your self-worth depends on that, your confidence becomes fragile. Mentally strong people stop asking, "Do people approve of me?" Instead, they ask, "Am I living according to my values?" That shift changes everything. Because true confidence is built internally, not borrowed from strangers. 4. Constantly comparing yourself to others. Social media has trained people to feel behind in life. You see someone richer, more attractive, more successful, more disciplined, and slowly comparison turns into self-hatred. But what most people forget is this: you are comparing your real life to someone else's highlight reel, and comparison quietly destroys gratitude. It blinds you from your own growth. There's a powerful story about a man who spent years comparing himself to everyone around him. Every success he achieved felt meaningless because someone else always seemed ahead. One day, he realized something painful. He had spent so much time watching other people's lives that he completely stopped building his own. And many people are doing the same thing right now. Watching, comparing, consuming, but never truly living. Mentally strong people compete with who they were yesterday, not with strangers online. 5. Feeding your mind negativity daily, your mind absorbs what you repeatedly consume. Negative news, toxic content, drama, fear-based information, all of it shapes your emotional state over time. The brain cannot constantly consume negativity without becoming emotionally affected by it. This is why mentally exhausted people often don't need more motivation. They need less mental poison. Protecting your mind is just as important as protecting your body, because your environment influences your thinking more than you realize. And eventually, your thoughts begin reflecting whatever you feed your mind daily. 6. Never spending time alone with your thoughts. Many people are terrified of silence. The moment things become quiet, they reach for distraction, music, videos, notifications, scrolling, because silence forces self-awareness. And self-awareness can be uncomfortable. But mentally strong people learn how to sit alone with their thoughts. They reflect, process emotions, understand themselves deeply, because healing and clarity are impossible without reflection. The people who understand themselves the most usually spend time listening to their own mind, not escaping it. 7. Quitting the moment things get hard. This habit destroys more dreams than failure ever will. Many people start strong, but the moment life becomes difficult, they stop, not because they lack talent, but because they never trained resilience. Mental strength is built in difficult moments. Every time you continue despite discomfort, despite fear, despite failure, your brain becomes stronger. There's a reason disciplined people appear calm under pressure. They trained themselves not to quit when emotions became uncomfortable. And eventually, that discipline became identity. Final thoughts. Mental weakness rarely happens suddenly. It happens through repeated habits. Small daily decisions that slowly train your brain toward fear, distraction, emotional dependence, and avoidance. But the beautiful thing about the human mind is this: it can be retrained. Every time you face discomfort, stop overthinking, protect your attention, reject comparison, build discipline, you strengthen your mind. Little by little, day by day, because mental strength is not about never struggling. It's about refusing to let unhealthy habits control your life. And the strongest people are not always the loudest. Sometimes, they're simply the ones who learned how to control themselves when life became difficult. If this video helped you, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the Mindscape, and comment below. Strong minds are built daily. And if you want more psychology and self-improvement content designed to help you master your mind and transform your life, stay tuned for the next